I'm so happy Darnie gets to perform back on stage with his mother-in-law. Good intro. Who did this one, by the way? Not really sure though. I don't know. Stop it, Madox. Yo, what's up my current feature beatbox? Welcome back to another analysis video with your boy Madox, aka
Man of Culture.
Today I'm going to analyze my friends Onii-Chan at the GBB 2021. Of course I'm going to check out some comments, but first, subscribe to my channel. You done? Let's go. Let's read some comments. TJ Beast Boy was commenting, Sxin is so underrated. What does he mean by that? Yeah, Sxin is really good with technicality actually. I think I never heard him beatboxing like a full routine, but his techniques, my man, he's crazy. I'm Polish and this is the first time I was excited about Germans in our country. Okay. I mean, it's okay. I get it. By the way, my family is not from Germany, they're from Kazakhstan, so I hope I'm fine. I hope I'm fine. I'm so happy Darnie gets to perform back on stage with his mother-in-law. Oh man, these jokes getting out of hand with Shazam looking like a woman. I mean, okay, he has long hair and no beard, but come on, man. We have more people in the beatbox scene with long hair and no beard. Wait, do we? These guys have put beatboxing on the map through their consistent social media engagement. It's time for us to support them. Yeah, go subscribe to these guys right now. I know they have a lot of controversies going on the channel, like critiquing people, uncanceling people, but come on guys, that's what makes the beatbox scene so juicy. Yes, sometimes their opinions might not match with yours, but I mean, come on guys, we can discuss everything. That's also why I do analysis videos. I want to discuss with the beatbox scene what is going on there, how to beatbox properly, how to do performances, etc. And I'm also not always right, but that's why you can use the comment section and teach me better. Anyways, long story short, let's check some more comments. It's so weird seeing these guys perform. We usually just hear them freestyle or goof around at the start of their videos. Yeah, to be honest, I also love to see the performance. They actually did pretty well, right? I didn't see the video yet, but I saw the live performance. Wow. Sxin's technicality is even more crisp on stage. Such an underrated solo beatboxer. Yeah, this guy is improving so fast. I remember like 3 or 4 years ago when I first saw him, he wasn't really skillful in solo beatboxing, but he's improving so fast. So I'm proud of this guy. It's insane. He's working so much. Wow, seems like a lot of people like Sxin. Sxin's chest bass is incredible. This is one of my favorite parts in this elimination. You know what? Let's get into the video. Let me analyze that. Onii-Chan, Onii-Chan, Onii-Chan. Wow, people love these guys. Crazy. I think a big percentage was German. I'm not sure how many, but maybe like 30% in the crowd was German. If you know the exact numbers, let me know in the comments, please. I think it was like 30-40%. It was a huge amount of German fans in the crowd. But yeah, pretty much, of course, not only Germans know Onii-Chan, they're known in the beatbox scene worldwide.
Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what to do. I say the drei, you say the zwei, and the eins. Drei!
Nice beatbox.
Welcome back to another reaction with Sxin and Chezame React. Today the tables have turned and you are gonna react to us, Onii-Chan! Are you ready?
Okay.
I said, are you ready?
Let's not waste any more time, Shazam! Click the play button.
Wow.
Good intro. Who did this one, by the way? Not really sure though. Wow. Oh man, yeah, that's just good preparation.
protected by the Dragon Lord's mighty hands. Everyone is safe from the dragon's flames. Knows who will be the master and who will be tamed.
Most of the crowd probably knows the routine already, because it's the wild card of them. Oh, the post there.
The Dragon Lord knows, the prophecy states, the peace will fall, the chains will break. The time has come, I see the flames. The Dragon Lord knows that the dragon goes insane. Dragon's land, as knew the day would come. The ground will shake, the
That's a new
fire
part.
burn, the village to the ground. They all could flee, they all survived, cause someone proved his worth. The Dragon Lord has now become the savior of the earth.
Good voice.
The Dragon Lord, everybody sing with me! The Dragon Lord, louder! The Dragon Lord, who will be the Dragon Lord?
Time.
Wow. Wow. Man, I'm so proud of these guys, especially because they're friends of mine, representing Germany really well. Actually, after Babeli and Mando, there were not any Germans at GBB anymore, I think. There was actually Degree, if you remember, 2014, tag team partner of mine back then. He was battling Hobbit at the Loop Station Champs. We had Mando, who won GBB in the Loop Station category. We had Babeli competing multiple times, but otherwise, not that many Germans. And now we have Onii-Chan, so finally Germany is back on the map. So I have to admit, definitely the crowd control for me was the biggest highlight of the elimination. They know exactly how to handle them, how to entertain, especially a beatbox crowd. No wonder, of course, they know exactly their audience. They're uploading 2 videos a day. It's insane. I don't know anyone who does that. So definitely crowd control and also the structure are pretty dope. Skill-wise, I see them somewhere in the middle ground. They're not as skillful with technicality or sounds, for example, like Uniteam or Mad Twins, but they have some really dope sounds. Like Sxin, for example, is really good in technicality. Chezame has a really nice voice and is really good with post snare. So before I go on, let's get into the details.
Well, I come back to another reaction.
Onii-Chan actually started the performance with their signature intro that I always use for every video. And I think that's funny, you know, little reminder for everyone to remind them where these guys are coming from. They're big YouTubers, at least in the beatbox scene, and I think probably 90% of the crowd already knew them.
Listen and Shazam react. Today the tables have turned and you're gonna react to us. Onii-Chan!
I love the twist though on the intro because, yeah, the crowd is reacting now to them. Usually it's the other way around, not the funniest joke. It makes them really likable, it gives them character, really cool.
Are you ready? I said, are you ready?
Let's not waste any more time, Shazam! Click the play button.
Also this little Swiss beatbox intro, oh man, that's so funny, you know, like, and here the focus is not on sounding exactly the same. I mean, they were matching a lot of sounds of the Swiss beatbox intro, so it's definitely recognizable. But at the end, yeah, it's just a really, really cool performance element for me. Yeah, it's really entertaining to watch. We're 30 seconds into the performance. They didn't do any beatbox routines yet, but still, like, you know, they kept your attention with just some jokes and with some performance elements. Then they went into the routine that we already know from the Wildcard, Dragon Lord. By the way, if you guys are interested in me analyzing the Wildcard of them, click the little info box right here. Anyway, starting really simple, Sxin with the crazy technicality, Shazam with this deep throat bass. I'm not even sure if this is still throat bass. For me, sometimes it sounds like vibration bass, but he told me definitely it's just a normal throat bass. In the second part of the build-up, I'm not a big fan of what Shazam does here. I mentioned that already when I was analyzing the Wildcard. He kind of imitates like a guitar. Sounds like something like that. I don't know. I think he combines like his voice with a dry kick. For me personally, it's not necessary that he does also drum sounds in this moment because Sxin is already filling the drum section with his technical beat. I rather would prefer that Shazam would do something that fills up the mids because Sxin is already taking care of like the lows and the highs with his drums. But then the transition with this little trick where Shazam takes the technical beat of Sxin, that's a really cool performance element. It's like little details, you know, but it makes it more pleasable to see, and it also shows like how good they're in interaction with each other. And then for me, definitely one of the biggest highlights performance-wise is they taking out the scroll with the lyric. I wonder if this is the actual lyrics. That would be insane. Or if it's just random text. I could tell because they also have a Japanese YouTube channel that maybe the translators would translate it. Definitely just really looks cool for sure. By the way, if you're Japanese and you can read that, please let me know in the comments what this is actually written there.
There once was a village in the mystic land, protected by the Dragon Lord's mighty hands. Everyone is safe from the dragon's flames, but who will be the master and who will be tamed?
Then they're performing like the first singing part that they're doing together. Sxin is harmonizing Shazam. I think it's pretty fine. Also considering that most of tag teams and crews had problems on stage because their monitors actually didn't work that well. So especially if you as a beatboxer need to focus on intonation, to hear your own pitch, to hear the pitch of your tag team partner. That was really hard, and I think they did a pretty well job here. Then the first drop, it's like straight up just a crowd pleaser. Sxin is doing like, not sure if he does the pick bass here. You can't really hear it. Ah yeah, but then later Sxin is adding like the hi-hat. It's just like inward kick and hi-hat, and Shazam does the fart bass, which I still can't really do. Yeah, I gave up on this. It's also like, I don't know. It's like so much movement in your face. I never really felt comfortable doing this. But Shazam's actually pretty good with this. So yeah, works, you know, simple but effective. Then in the next part, Shazame adds his post-snare. The post-snare on the mic doesn't sound as impressive as in the video. I guess it's pretty hard to do it on the microphone because the post-snare needs a lot of air, and the more air you use for a sound, the windier it will sound. And of course, the sound is also heavily dependent on how the actual mix is. And as we all know, the GBB audio mix is not really the best. The sound is a bit muddier in 2021 compared to 2019. But I think Shazame still did a really great job with the post-snare. By the way, I'm also practicing it right now, and I'm getting to a good level. I think what he does is... Yeah, I'm still not good in scratching. Like when I do a single one, it's starting to sound really nice, but for scratches, I'm still not really close to him. Damn, then in the transition, the technicality actually of Sxin, like all his sounds sound so crispy. It's crazy. Yeah, the only thing is like at the end kind of got a little bit messy. I'm not sure what actually they tried to do here. Yeah, I think both kind of lost track here. Like Sxin's technical pattern isn't that clear anymore, and Shazame kind of got sloppy on the post-snare. But this was just for a really small section. As soon as Shazame started singing again, they really got back on track again, and it's really dope again. And again here, it's just Sxin is just really simple, just kick and his throat bass, but both sounds are clean and it's really complementing the singing of Shazame. And Shazame's singing here actually sounds pretty dope, for real. Man, this guy really improved on his singing.
It will fall, the chains will break. The time has come, I see the flames. The dragon lord knows that the dragon goes insane.
After the singing part, there's a small section where they do like, or I think they both combine these sounds. Yeah. And I think Shazame does, and Sxin does. The problem here is they're rushing it a little bit. They got a bit too fast. It felt like we wanna straight go into the next part. Let's finish this quickly. Yeah, a bit sloppy here. Also, like in contrast to the part before that was really straightforward. Just a small detail. I wouldn't give them big minus points for this one because usually they have a good timing. After this, there comes a build-up, and to be honest, I think this was, for me, the weakest part, performance-wise. I didn't really like this moment. I'm not sure why, like, because Sxin is kind of staring on the ground, and Shazame is also kind of not really nervous, but you can tell he's kind of out of breath. Maybe it's really hard to perform like... Yeah, it's really breathtaking, but yeah, I kind of lost connection here performance-wise, and also the beat. Like I think Shazame's part could be a bit crispier, especially when you compare Shazame to Sxin. Sxin is like always really crispy. Shazame is really, really powerful when he does technical stuff, but I think sometimes maybe he uses a bit too much air to get powerful. But then on the downside of too much air, of course, is that you can get sloppy. You lose some brilliance in your sounds. I mean, I'm kind of an expert in this because this is also a problem I have a lot. I use too much air when I use technical beats, and then it just gets unclear. Also, Also the next drop. The drop is fine. I think there's also missing some mids. Maybe the chest bass of Sxin could be a little bit clearer, so it sits more in the mid, so the beat is more into your face. His chest bass in general is really clean, but I think it could sit better here. Maybe it's also because it's covering the microphone like that. I'm not really sure why it sounds so muddy here. Also, yeah, you always need to consider the mix isn't the best, but I still think they could improve this part. After that, they make a bigger break. And to be honest, I don't think it's a problem. It's actually pretty nice to give the audience a bit of time to cheer, to create some suspense. And of course, Chezame after that has like a bigger singing part. And for this, he needed to catch a breath. And I think, you know, it makes sense in both ways. Performance-wise, it makes sense. And also for Chezame to be able to take a short breath before he performs something that is more like melancholic. Good choice to make a break here. I think they could even do it longer, but for me it wasn't distracting.
Dragons land, a smoother day would come. The ground will shake, the fire burn, the village to the ground.
In the next part, a bit of a problem is that Xxin's throat bass is a bit unclear. I think he has some pitch problems here, and also the vibration is not super clean. Maybe he was too exhausted from the parts before. That's a problem a lot of beatboxers have when they're too exhausted. Then like on throat basses, the vibration sometimes is suffering. I also know this problem. B-Art also has this problem really often. Don't want to bash him on this, but you know, sometimes when he gets too excited, then his throat bass is suffering from it. And I also think what comes into play here is that both couldn't hear themselves properly on stage. So for Sxin, it was really hard to hit the correct pitch.
All could flee, they all survived.
I was actually talking to Sinjo about this topic. He's the sound engineer of GBB and a lot of other big events. He's actually one of the best sound engineers for beatboxing on this planet. And he said that he's considering using in-ear monitoring for the next event. In-ear monitoring is pretty much like monitoring, but with headphones. For solo beatboxers, sometimes it can be enough already just to have monitors in front of you. But the bigger the group is, the more people standing on stage, the harder it will get because you will get more feedback problems. It will be more important to also hear the others. And that's why I think in-ear monitoring could be a good way to fix this problem, and we will get to see better performances, especially from tag teams and crews. I myself actually made amazing experiences with in-ear monitoring. I was playing in a cappella group for 2 or 3 years, and we always were using in-ear monitoring on stage, and I even was using it sometimes for solo beatboxing on stage. And I really have to say I was way cleaner because I heard the direct signal into my ear, heard myself loud and clear. I didn't need to push a lot. My pitch was way better. So many benefits. Let's make this happen for GBB, please.
Cause someone proved his worth. The Dragon Lord has now become the savior of the earth.
Good thing though in this performance, at least Chezame's voice sounds pretty nice. He's pretty much on pitch, so you don't really recognize the pitch problems of Sxin that much. Because yeah, Chezame's part here as the lead singer is more important.
The Dragon Lord, everybody sing with me! The Dragon Lord, louder! The Dragon Lord, who will be the Dragon Lord?
Then after a short build-up, they came to the next drop, and before the drop, they had this, who will be the Dragon Lord? I'm not sure if they wanted to have a swing on it, because when they do it, it's more like, who will be the Dragon Lord? Not sure if they did it on purpose. I think if they would do it cleaner, it would actually be funny to have it like with this swing on it. I remember the last time I heard it, they did it straightforward on the beat with no swing on it. But again, yeah, little details in the performance makes the whole performance look way better. But then the drop itself, I'm not really sure what Shezame actually does in this drop. I think what Sxin is doing is... Oh, is Shezame doing the kick? It's so hard to tell. I think like Sxin could do like the basic beat, and then I'm not exactly sure what Shezame tried to do here. It's for me just really airy, so they could work on this drop definitely. Okay, I think Sxin is doing, and in between Shezame does the far bass that I still can't do. Yes, but they do it interchangeably. But yeah, the whoever blows air into the microphone, I think that's too much air. It is actually covering the bass of the other one. So yeah, they definitely could work on this drop. Clean it up a little bit. Yeah, then the next drop, it's so painful because I know they can do it better, and I know for a fact they switched it up because they were seeing Zen hit with Kenozen on stage, and Kenozen, as you know, was kind of, I'm not sure if he was the creator of the pick bass, but he was the one who made the pick bass really big in the beatbox scene. Pick bass is basically, it's created like in your nose. I'm not an expert in this, but I definitely know that Sxin has a really good one, and Sxin was actually using it in the Wildcard. But because he saw Kenozen struggling with it on stage, because the microphone for some reason didn't really pick up the pick bass, either it's the microphone itself or the mix, but yeah, it didn't work at all, although normally it sounds really, really heavy. So I actually was talking to Sxin, and he told me, yeah, I had to switch up the pick bass to a lip roll, and yeah, the lip roll for me doesn't really work here, but it's because of the sound problems. So yeah, hard to say, you know, like from the judge perspective, of course they don't know the struggle, so for them it's just probably just be like, yeah, okay, the lip roll doesn't really fit, could be better in a different way. I also think the lip roll is a bit too high. Sxin is doing something in this frequency. Shezame does like the clicks. If I would be Sxin, I probably would use a lower lip roll, like instead of. It also sounds really airy when he does it. Maybe he's just not that good with this high-pitched lip roll. Yeah, but it sounds a bit too muddy. But again, they had to switch it like in no time after seeing Kenozen struggling with pick bass. So yeah, it's hard to judge that, you know. It was probably like he made this decision like straight up on stage. No shame on this. Yeah, but it's a pity because for me, like when I was watching the Wildcard, this was one of the dopest beats for me because again, it's so simple, you know. Like this was what Sxin was doing. Shezame was adding like the clicks on top of it, but it worked so well, you know. And now it's like, such a pity they couldn't do it. And then at the end, Shezame again unfolds his poster. I think at this point he also is vocalizing it. Wow. I don't know how to vocalize Postner yet. For me, it kind of sounds like a vacuum cleaner. Really dope Postner.
Time.
And then they end up with this technical. I don't know. Stop it, Madox. It's good. It's a good, really good one. It sounds really, really clean. And yeah, just a combination like the post snares and synth technicality. Man, this guy is crispy, dude. I would actually be scared to battle this guy at German champs or anywhere because yeah, I think like if he starts creating routines, I'm not sure if he already started. I just never heard him beatboxing solo routines yet. If he starts practicing like that, he has a good chest bass. He has some really dope technicality. Really, really clean guy. Let's see. Maybe one day he will smash all of us in the solo category. And of course, they both together also really, really work. For me, in this combination, like Sxin is like the carrier, like with the really, really clean drums and the bass sounds. And Chezame is like the performer, the vocalist. Really, really good combination. All right, so conclusion. I think Onii-Chan did a really, really great job. They are really good performers on stage. Sxin is a clean beatboxer. Chezame has a really dope voice and he knows exactly how to present himself on stage. They had some problems here and there with certain drops, but overall they did a really amazing job. Also considering that they actually had a lot of monitor problems on stage and couldn't hear themselves properly. So I was really enjoying it watching this. I'm also really proud they made it into the battles, representing Germany really, really well there, and I can't wait to watch the battles. Alright guys, that's it. Quick and easy. If you enjoy my content, please like the video, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. And if you want to see me analyzing other tag teams, here's an analysis of Rofu, the Japanese team. Click it right now.